Now, listen, I know we live in a day and age where we're so quick to beat up on a man and say that niggas ain't shit, but I wouldn't be so quick to defend Tamar and to just automatically throw this man away. Want to talk about it?
Let's talk about it.
Shawty, come and swing my way. We ain't gotta waste no time now, baby. Put that all in my face. I just wanna bump and grind on you, on you, want you on my face. So shawty, come and swing my way.
I want people to have fun. Let's kick back. Let's get into a little tea. Let's not get too crazy, but let's enjoy the sip.
But let's get to the chi-chi, the kiki, the internet bull.
If you want to see extended videos, exclusive content, including story times and more, subscribe to my Patreon. If you want to stay engaged and keep up with my commentary, follow me on Twitter. And if you would like to book a personal reading, you can go to my website, thealigningsouls.com, to schedule you a personal reading today.
What's going on, y'all? It's Scott Santana, aka Chat 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 Chat. And we are back for another Let's Talk About It. And girl, we are talking about it today. Now, listen, I never thought I would be making a video like this, but it's 2023, and y'all bitches be pissing me the fuck off. So I guess I'm having to make a video like this. But I never thought I would be making a video like this about Tamar, because I'm somebody who grew up loving Tamar. Listen, all of what y'all said that y'all was seeing during the Braxton Family Values, I mean, I saw it, but to me, it wasn't as big of a deal as y'all tried to make it. I felt like Tamar was clearly the breakout star, even though she was the baby of the family. Even though, yes, she did team too much. I felt like y'all more so crucified Tamar because her personality was so big and extra, and y'all did not know how to contain it or compete. Catch it? And I feel like that's more so where the backlash and whatnot came from her, because I understood Tamar. I understood her role in the family. I understood her role in life, period. I found a lot of similarities between us. And y'all, as much as y'all bring up Tamar, y'all don't ever bring up how the Braxtons, period, were toxic. And they were all toxic because of that mama, Evelyn Braxton, who was the most toxic. Okay, but this is not about Braxton Family Values. This is specifically about Tamar. I never thought I'd be doing a video where I would be going against her, but I mean, here we are. Here we are. But before we go ahead and get into it, y'all already know what to do. Y'all already know what to do, baby. Even if you dislike my opinion, bitch, go ahead and like this video.
Red light, green light, red light, oh. Red light, green light, red light, oh. I don't do yellow, cause it's so mellow. If I don't say hello, you know from the get-go. Red light, green light, red light, oh. Red light, green light, red light, oh. I don't do yellow, cause it's so mellow. If I don't say hello, you know from the get-go.
Okay, so by now we already know that like Tamar's car was broken into and yada 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 yada. We already know about all of that. I don't even know if I feel like finding the footage. Show. I see how I feel when we get through this video. But at this point, we all know JR and Tamar has broken up. If you don't know who Jamar is, not Jamar. That's cute. Jamar. If you don't know who JR is, basically Tamar went onto this reality show called Queen's Court. I mean, I guess it's supposed to be like Flavor of Love, but I guess it wasn't really too much like Flavor of Love because wasn't nobody talking about it. Catch it? So she supposedly got off of the show, fell in love with this man. Them two were supposed to be getting married, and now they breaking up. And now we commentating on the whole drama between them and where they at now with it. Because I definitely have opinions. And I definitely have thoughts. And it's things that y'all do. And when I say y'all, I mean black women. It's things that y'all do that I do not like, and we're gonna get into it. But first, here's the video that dropped, okay? Because we had the whole robbery or whatever that happened with Tamar, and even then, I had an opinion because I listened to what she was saying, and I was like, this doesn't sound like somebody that's still in a relationship, or this doesn't sound like somebody that's in a relationship and want to keep their man. And next thing I know, we woke up to this post.
Hey, good morning, y'all. So I am rededicating my life to thinking positively. About a year and a half ago, I was on this spiritual journey to build up this positive force field. What does that look like? What do you mean, JR? Well, it was to live, breathe, respond, and mentally and physically be positive. And there were two things that really helped me get to a very positive place. Because I think we all know that once you involve yourself in negativity, it's like this constant cycle. And so I'm rededicating myself to some things that really, really helped me. And I think helped my growth and my maturation process. Build a positive energy force field that would protect me from all attacks, from all drama, from all negativity. First thing is, do not give words power. When people say things about you or people try to attack you, they're just looking for a response. And most times they don't know anything about you. They don't know your history. They don't know the trauma, the drama, all the things that you've been through in your life. They just know big picture about you. They may also only know who you used to be and maybe not what you've rededicated your life to. And so mentally, you have the opportunity to just be tone deaf to words that aren't positive. You know, I think back in the day, people used to say, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words may never hurt me. Well, that's true. Words don't have to hurt you if you don't give them power. Second thing is to always think positively in any situation, even in very difficult situations or conflict situations. I'm not saying to live in a fantasy world where everything is all hunky-dory, but if you think of the most positive outcome, then you'll constantly be surrounded. I'll give you an example. I got into a car accident maybe about a week or two ago, and this guy was coming to hit me dead on. My immediate thought was, what the F is this guy thinking? As opposed to, Lord, thank you for protecting me, for covering me. This could have been much worse. I challenge you in any situation where conflict arises or a negative situation happens to think of the positive outcome, because it could be worse. And when you start to train yourself to think more positive, you start to see more positive results. You start to see more positive people around you. Then you start manifesting positive energy to people who may need it.
Okay, so that was the post. And at some point, there was some sort of, I don't know if it was an Instagram post, a TikTok chat, I don't know. Y'all not listen. If you're new to this channel, we just hit a comment, get a commentary. I ain't too much of a blogger. Okay. At some point, though, I know that he put out a post basically saying how he's focused on positivity. Him and Tamar ain't together. He wasn't around during the whole burglary situation or whatever. And it got the people to talking. It got the people to talking to the point where, you know, as you can see in the comments, people are like, oh, Tamar is loud and toxic and men get tired of that. So he had no clue who he was dating prior to her. Tamar is too crazy. I saw that coming with my eyes closed. I truly believe he was trying to come up as well. He was known, but not everybody knows him. He don't have to speak on a breakup. Well, I mean, that's his story. That's his story. And that's part of why I wanted to do this video, because what y'all not going to do is what y'all do right there. And I mentioned this in the Drake video, and I'm going to mention it again. Black women, stop doing what y'all doing. Because in this whole 2023, sassy man apocalypse, can y'all stop? Because y'all know what y'all are doing when y'all say certain things. Even if you saying it like you don't have to speak on a breakup. You know what you're trying to say. You know what you're alluding to. You know what you're implying. Can y'all stop that? Can y'all stop? Can y'all stop? Because if we really have a conversation about toxic masculinity and where it starts from or who helps perpetuate it, then we'd be mad over here. So please stop doing things like that. Okay? Please stop doing things like that. Please stop doing things like that. At the end of the day, these are two grown adults that got together, and they clearly wasn't meant to be together. And I am somebody who, if you haven't checked out my other content, I am very much into astrology, very much into tarot and spirituality and all of that. And this is why y'all hoes need to follow me on Twitter, because I've been talking about it on Twitter, how soon as the node switched into Aries and Libra, for the next 2 years, you're going to see a lot of things come up dealing with relationships, people that are not meant to be together, as well as relationships that are meant to be together, coming together and forming, especially this week. Because this week we have a solar eclipse in the south node of Libra, which means that a lot of past life connections are coming together. You know, a lot of twin flames, a lot of soulmates, and a lot of people still breaking up, and a lot of people forming relationships and having babies and announcing pregnancies. Like, it's all about self versus relationships this week and over the next 2 years. So when it came out that Tamar and Junior, or JR, whatever his name was not going to be together, I was not necessarily confused or lost, or like I wasn't anything. I was just like, okay, well, clearly they weren't meant to be together. But even so, even more so, if we was to take it back, which I kind of want to now, since we bringing it up. Since we now bringing it up, let's see if I can find a video, because y'all know TikTok is good for having videos. So this was the original video of Tamar's car getting broken into. Child, we not about to sit here and watch 2 minutes of this shit. But basically, as y'all can see, her car got robbed. Okay, and basically Tamar had, came online and put up this post, basically saying how she doesn't feel safe anywhere, and she just basically said that she didn't feel safe anywhere. And immediately when I saw the post, I was like, don't you have a boyfriend? Don't you got a man? Ain't that your friend? Like, how you gonna get online and talk about you not feeling safe anywhere, knowing that you have a man, you in a public ass relationship, and knowing what the people gonna think? Because mind you, at this point, y'all asking why he gotta speak up, why he gotta speak on a breakup, because this bitch never did. That's why, because this bitch never did. But yet, this the same girl who got online, got robbed, and then wanted to allude to the fact that this man wasn't protecting her, holding her down. Because y'all know what y'all like to do. I just said it a couple of minutes ago. Y'all like to insinuate that these niggas is gay, or that these niggas is on a down low. Then y'all wonder where the toxic masculinity and all of that comes from, because y'all are constantly putting them in positions where they have to defend their manhood, because y'all are constantly questioning it. And it's not all. It's never all, but it's always some. And that some is enough to have a conversation about it. So we talking about it. Y'all asking why is JR speaking on it? Oh, that's such like a female to go ahead and speak on a breakup. Yeah, man, he needed to just move on. Because I've seen other comments like that. No, he needed to, because Tamar never said that they was broken up. But what she did do was she went online and alluded to the fact that she felt safe nowhere. And knowing that you are in a public relationship, that's called what? It's called stunts and gags. It's called stunts and gags. Because you know that you're in a public ass relationship, you know that you got robbed, and you know that the immediate first question that everybody's going to be asking is, where was your boyfriend? Where was your man? And so when you go online and then you post a strategic ass, cryptic ass post like you don't feel safe nowhere, and you have not yet announced the breakup, oh yeah, we looking at dude sideways. We looking at him sideways. And I knew then, I was like, oh, this is Tamar with the stunts and the gags. This is her with the stunts and the gags. This is her with the stunts and the gags. So now we're going to take it a step further. Let's go ahead to the actual blog article. I don't know if this was before or after his video, but it says, Tamar Braxton says Jeremy J.R. Robinson broke up with her the same hour as her car burglary, but says she's no victim. Even that whole title is clickbaity. Oh, we broke up the same hour. Bitch, what? What? Tamar is still reeling after going through a breakup and dishing details on what happened, but she's taking it all in stride. Trust the process. God got you. As previously reported, Tamar's fiance announced their split this week, noting that he ended things to get back to positive energy and being a better person. Now, mind you, I'm not gonna hold you, because we equal opportunists over here. So when he said positive energy and being a better person, and even with the video that we just watched, it sounded like he was talking about Tamar, because Tamar is the type who will immediately get offended by any and everything, always has to give an opinion, and always feels like she has to include herself in something, or somebody's talking about her, or she has to defend herself. But I mean, can we really blame her when that is literally all she had to do on the show? She was literally being herself. She would breathe and y'all would sit and talk about how she was so fucking extra. So can I really blame somebody for having, like, that's a trigger response for her, is to go through life having to constantly defend yourself. So can I really blame her? But then at the same time, it's like, yeah, on the flip side, maybe he was throwing a little shade too. But JR also made to clarify that the headline-making car burglary happened to Tamar took place at her mother's house, not his home. All right, but okay. No, I wasn't there when she was at her mother's place after her car was burglarized. Now, Tamar's revealing that immediately after the shocking and scary incident, she found out that she was a single woman. Okay, let's see. Come on, can we get some actual clips of her talking? I guess not. The Love and War singer, 46, told her Instagram followers on Wednesdays that Robinson ended their engagement the same hour her car was broken into last month. She also noted that her home was previously robbed before she moved to Atlanta, a city where she struggled to fit in. A city where she struggled to fit in. A city where she struggled to fit in. Was it the majority of Braxton Family Values filmed in LA and Atlanta? And I mean, maybe Tamar, maybe you wouldn't be struggling to fit in Atlanta if you wasn't fighting with any and everybody down there in Atlanta. I mean, you had the falling out with Candy, then you made up with Candy on Big Brother, and then a couple of months ago, y'all just fell out again over bullshit that you started. And you already know Candy runs Atlanta. And all of the girls that you would be friends with down in Atlanta are friends with Candy. So maybe that's why you don't fit in, Tamar. But let's keep it going. I have a quick testimony, began Tamar. Imagine your home being robbed, moving to a new city, trying to find your new tribe, never finding where you fit in, and then finally settling in with at least one person you trust. To get in your car robbed and vandalized, then broken up with from the person you love and feel safe with all in the same hour. What are you doing, God? I mean, because here's the thing. Tamar is me unhealed. Like, I get her mouth, I get her personality, I get all of that, but Tamar is unhealed. Tamar is me unhealed. And I need for her to go sit down and heal. Because I, now being healed, I cannot defend. I can't. Go heal, Tamar. Go heal. And not publicly, because didn't you just try to kill yourself publicly a couple of years ago? I'm sorry, and I'm not using the words unalive, and we're not doing. It's 2023, baby. Those words should trigger you. Didn't you just try to kill yourself and go through suicide a couple of years ago, Tamar? Didn't you just try to do that publicly? And then you were supposed to be turning your life around, giving it to God, and all of this, that, and the third, only to end up back in the same situation like years later. Now, granted, you getting robbed twice, that's nothing that's within your control. That is nothing that is within your control. That could be events happening because of an eclipse, but it's something there. It's something there that the universe is trying to teach you. It's something there. No, it's not your fault that you got robbed, but it's something there. Trust me, I've been in uncomfortable ass situations like that, where you feel like you are not safe, where you feel like you cannot feel secure, or you cannot feel confident, like within places that you should. And even though you don't place yourself there, it is still things that you are supposed to take away, lessons that you're supposed to learn. Even if it's a matter of you sitting your ass down and the universe like really talking to you, and you noticing all the flags and noticing, okay, well, the reason why the universe keeps coming in and making these events, catastrophic events happen in these certain places, is because I keep trying to settle down in the wrong places or around the wrong people, or I have the wrong attachments. Like something is there. Something is there. And see, if Tamar was one of my clients, I would sit her down and we would go through all of that. And I'd be able to help her pinpoint where it is that she needs to work on, because it's clearly something when these events are happening back to back, especially like that. It's the universe talking to you. It's your comfort and stability and security that needs to change, because clearly you tried to kill yourself years ago. And what did you learn from it? And I know that sounds harsh, but I want to bring up Tamar's dating history. I do. I'm gonna bring up Tamar's dating history because people seem to forget that Tamar has not been single since she was a child. Let's see. So Tamar was with Tricky Stewart in 1999. Then she was with Chuck Smith in 1998. Then from 1999, okay, so first she was with Chuck Smith in 1998. Then she was with Tricky Stewart in 1999. Then Darnell Allenby from 1999 through 2003. Then she got with Yancey Thigpen. Okay. Then she got with Mr. Rick. Okay. From 2002 through 2018. Now, wait. Now, this doesn't make sense. Some of this doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. How accurate is this? Let's see if we can find something a little bit better. Yeah, let's see if we can find something a little bit more accurate. Okay. So Tamar was born on March 17th, 1977, right? Let's look at her date and timeline. Come on now. Wait, I know you are lying. Wait, Tamar was with Birdman too? Wait a minute. I know you lying. Because isn't Birdman Tony's dude? Now, wait a minute. Okay, so Tamar and Chuck Smith was together in 1998. Then Tamar and Tricky Stewart were together in 1999. They didn't last very long. It's unclear why. Doesn't seem like there's bad blood between the two. Okay. So then it was Tamar and Darrell Allenby. That lasted about 3 years. Okay. This seems to be her first marriage that failed. They tied the knot in 2001, but by 2003, they were already done due to them being incompatible. In the 2015 interview, Tamar opened up about her first marriage, stating, "I was with the wrong person, and I was with the wrong person, and when I was with the wrong person, it made me feel bad about who I was." Okay, so then you have Tamar and Birdman in June. They definitely kept this hitting on the show. I don't remember this, y'all, because I thought Tony was the only one that was dating Birdman, but Tamar. Now, wait a minute. When Birdman has been connected to Tony Man over the years, they met each other through Tamar. It's rumored that Tamar and Birdman were linked before he became romantic with his sister. However, if that is the case, that would mean that the singer was not faithful to former husband Daryl. Okay, well, let's keep going. Then we have Tamar and Vince, okay? January 2003 through July 2019. Now, I want y'all to keep in mind that we have not given any years off. Like, she's been dating since 1998. And at the very most, maybe had like a month off. But she's been dating consistently since 1998. But let's keep going. So she was with Vincent Herbert. Y'all already know that they got together. And then they did the whole reality show and whatnot. In 2017, Herbert and Braxton ended up separating due to claims by Tamar that Vincent had cheated on her, as well as Vincent facing financial troubles. Okay, they finalized their divorce in 2019. Tamar once reported that Logan said Vince was in another relationship, although this was never confirmed or denied. The former pair now focuses on having a healthy co-parenting relationship. Okay. Now, apparently, right before that, or at some point, Tamar and Mr. Rick. I don't know who Mr. Rick is. I guess he was somebody from May 2003 that was around for a little bit. He had popped back up, a fling that popped back up in October 2017 through April 2018. She ended up dating him again. Okay. It looked as if maybe Vincent was the only one between him and Tamar that had cheating allegations in January 2018. An anonymous woman went to Instagram and Twitter claiming that Rick and Tamar were creeping while she was married to Vince, which I totally believe. Okay, let's keep going. Then, right after Vince, we had Tamar and David, who dated from June 2018 to August 2020. Okay, they met in 2018. They dated for 2 years or so, and their engagement ended faster than it started due to him accusing Braxton of domestic violence, which she denied. Now, that's crazy that they would be having domestic violence when Tamar and Vincent used to be fighting each other. Actually, Vincent was allegedly beating her ass. Allegedly. All alleged, but listen, that ain't what the sister said. Either way, David was also granted a restraining order against his former love and then later dropped it, but also hit her with a cease and desist letter after she accused him of cheating. Though the relationship had a tumultuous ending, the pair seemed to be letting bygones be bygones. They were spotted together in July, Essence, February 2022, and shouted out each other for Father's Day and Mother's Day. Okay. Let's see. And then after that, what happened after that? I'm sure that there was one more after that, but somehow, some way, eventually we got to JR. And then let's go ahead and throw the whole suicide attempt up in there somewhere. Okay? Because we're not going to forget about that. We're not going to forget about that. We're not going to forget about that. Okay? And just in case y'all don't remember, let me go ahead and take y'all back to this, because I actually think that there is a video we can watch. Let's see if it's still available. Girl, what is going on? What is going on? What is going on, y'all? Okay, let's try this one more time. Oh, girl, ain't nobody got 16 minutes. Never mind. Child, it was in July 2020 that she came up and she talked about it, child. Either way, she's still here, thank God. But my point is that Tamar need to go sit her ass down and deal with her trauma. Go sit that ass down and deal with your trauma. Clearly, the universe is trying to get you to sit down and deal with your trauma, because you jump from relationship to relationship. First of all, Tamar comes from a psychologically abusive household. I'm sorry, I don't care what y'all say. She comes from a psychologically abusive household. She is the black sheep of her family, but her mother is abusive, okay? And her mother is toxic, and her mother has beat it into all of their heads that they're supposed to stick together, even though them sisters don't like each other. And Tony was the only one brave enough to say it on camera. But them sisters do not like each other, and had they not grew up together, they would not be around each other. They only together because of survival and because their mother. They're scared of their mother. But Tamar has always been a black sheep of that family. I look at Tamar and what she went through and how she grew up, and I noticed myself, a lot of me. And this is why I'm so serious when I say that girl needs to go sit somewhere, sit down somewhere and heal. Because she comes from a very psychologically abusive household and family, where she always constantly had to defend herself. She constantly had to defend herself against her family and in school for just being her. And everybody looked at her like, oh, you extra. And when you extra like that, and then on top of her being the youngest in the family, and you already the black sheep, it's just like you fighting to be seen, you fighting to be heard. And so you go through life feeling that way. And then you already have a spiciness about you in the way that you talk and communicate. So when you are heard, you can't help that you're heard, because the light is always shining on you no matter what. Yeah, it can be a little much for others, which created tension between her and her family. And so you growing up, then you get to the point where, okay, I had this reality show, you're the breakout star, and da-da-da-da-da, like, and before we can even get to that, it's like your whole dating history, because you never dealt with your childhood trauma and not feeling seen or heard, or more so wanted, because everybody and their mama has codependency or abandonment issues. We all suffer from childhood trauma, and it comes down to one or two things. Trust me, I know this for a fact. It's either codependency issues or abandonment issues. It just manifests differently for everybody. Everybody doesn't necessarily have issues when it comes to actual relationships. Those codependency and abandonment issues might manifest in a different way. Maybe you don't hold on to relationships too long, but maybe you hold on to jobs too long, and maybe you take yourself too seriously in life, right? You don't know how to spend money. You got to save for a rainy day because you never had. That's what abandonment issues. That's codependency issues, because every time money came in, there was an emergency or something that happened, or maybe you grew up on a dollar menu and you didn't, ever take vacations, or you grew up on welfare, but like that all breeds codependency and abandonment issues. It just manifests differently, but we all go through some sort of childhood trauma where those one or two things manifest. And for her, it manifested into her having these relationships with men because she felt like, well, damn, I have to fight to be seen within my own family. I'm the last of this long ass, heritage or race or whatever you want to call it, like this bloodline. I'm fighting to be seen. I go to school. I don't necessarily fit in. I'm fighting to be seen here. Damn. If I feel like my family don't love me, I feel like friends half the time they ask to kiss unless they want something from me or they can benefit somehow. I'm going to become a hopeless romantic, and I'm going to put all my love and faith into finding love and finding a man. And that's what she did. I'm telling y'all, I know Tamar like a fucking book. I need to find out if she a Capricorn rising, because I know her like a book. I can look at her and I can tell we are very, very similar. Extremely similar. And especially now that I know like how she's never taken a break when it comes to dating. Yeah, even though my life didn't manifest out that way, but because I'm healed, but still she became a hopeless romantic trying to find love, because at the end of the day she does not feel secure. She does not feel wanted. She doesn't feel needed. She literally said that she feels like she struggles to fit in. She doesn't have a place. And it's because she's not comfortable with who she is. She's constantly fighting and battling that part of herself, especially because the part that she's most insecure about is the part that got her famous and the part that got her on, and is the part that people love about her, but it's also what people troll her about and hate her for. And she's never once been comfortable with that, because it's also connected to such a deep psyche, a deep psychological insecurity part of her. Like, it is. So that's why she's jumping from relationship to relationship, because that person is supposed to love you no matter what, no matter how much you talk, no matter how extra you are, no matter how da 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 da. So yeah, while there might be some truth to, okay, so people are supposed to know this before they get da 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 da. Yeah, I can agree with that. But then sometimes you don't know until you win it fully. Sometimes, a lot of y'all love to get in relationships thinking people just gonna compromise or a baby gonna save them, or you just suddenly gonna change after, X, Y, and Z. And it doesn't always necessarily work like that. That's why y'all end up single. That's why y'all end up divorced. That's why these relationships are breaking up. Because instead of focusing on who you're compatible with, a lot of people just focus on chemistry and not necessarily chemistry and compatibility. You just think, oh, this person looks good, I look good, I fuck good, we need to be together, we make a cute couple. Oh, he got blue eyes, oh, white chocolate skin, dark skin, like we're going to come together, have a great baby with great hair. That's the way that people be thinking. And so while I can understand why, from her perspective, she might be feeling like, okay, I feel unprotected. Like, I totally get the insecure part. I get it. The therapist in me, the life worker, the healer, the psychic, all of that in me gets her trauma. But it's nobody's job to check your trauma for you. Like, she needs to sit down and seek help. Because when you're getting robbed like that, and then you lose a relationship, like, these are major events that are happening to speak to you. And there are eclipses that happen like multiple times a year. Like, and there's different transits that can set things off, but then there's also different eclipses where things can happen. Like, for example, there's an eclipse coming up on the 14th this weekend, and then there's another one on the 28th. Those are going to be major. So, wherever you have Aries and Libra and Taurus sitting in your house, you're going to be affected in those areas. But, the last couple of years we've had eclipse. Like, we have eclipses every year. every like 4 months or so. Like we have multiple eclipses, and it's usually a time period where shit hits the fan because you're needed to go in a certain direction in life. And things are hitting the fan for her. And rather than actually sitting back and doing the shadow work and doing the work that she needs to do, she's thinking of how she can jump into the next relationship, avoid that trauma, and just kind of like have somebody love her through her troubles. And that's not what the universe want. Like, you have not set yourself down long enough. Even with her suicide attempt, she was still in the midst of a relationship, in a toxic relationship. Like, she has not had that time to literally sit down and deal with herself. Even while everybody else in the world was being forced to during a pandemic, she was in the midst of a toxic relationship and suicide attempts. And so she's consistently been in relationships non-stop since 1998, as far as we know. So it's like, when are you going to come home and just let it be you within those four walls and like actually do the work? Because you can't keep avoiding doing the work, but then still want to get that paycheck at the end of the day. That's not how it works. That's not how it works with the universe. And I tell people all the time in my astrology readings, my tarot readings, and when I do one-on-one clients, I tell y'all all the time, get on your shit before shit gets on you. And right now, Tamar, you are covered in shit. Covered in it. And I feel like you've been covered in shit for so long that you don't even notice the smell. You don't even notice. You don't even notice. You don't even notice that there's an odor around you. So I'm not going to be one of those ones that's going to get up here and, oh, she's so extra and that. Let people be them. Now, when she started doing, because there's a time where she will get on my nerves, because part of why I wanted to do this video, like I said, was to address y'all that love to come up here and then start coming for a man's sexuality and that like the thing that y'all do. But let that girl have a little bit of personality. She just needs to go and heal and deal with her trauma. As far as their relationship, oh well, it didn't work out. Okay, let's keep it moving. Now it's not the time to jump into a relationship. Tamar, I don't want to see you in another relationship for another 5 years, or I'm gonna beat your ass. And that's just how I feel about it. The universe is telling you to go sit down and heal. Clearly, your sense of safety and comfort and security keeps getting attacked, keeps getting threatened. The universe is sending a very clear signal, a very clear message, because you keep looking for that validation and that comfort and all of those things outside of yourself and outside of spirit, outside of universe, outside of God. Child, definitely make sure that y'all go to my website, thealignmentsouls.com, to book you a personal reading while they are 50% off up until Sunday. And like I just told Tamar, I'm going to tell y'all, get on your shit before shit gets on you, because there are eclipses happening this weekend. So from now until Thanksgiving, shit is going to hit the fan in different areas of y'all lives. So it might be a few of y'all Tamars out there that randomly get broken up with, or randomly have your cars broken into, or your homes broken into, or like just random shit happening, but it's meant to teach you things and send you on the right way. So either you want to sit and be flabbergasted and caught off guard like Tamar, or you want to come book a reading for 50% off while I can tell you what's about to happen and help you through it. Because when these eclipses happen, it's like a full moon or a new moon on steroids, but it's to push you into a place of destiny where you're destined to go. So while it may be hard, while Tamar may feel like she in the midst of brain and, oh, woe is me and baby, you got 20, 30, 40 years of healing that needs to be done that has not been done yet. You cannot continue to, you can't even begin healing in the same environment you got sick in. You can't. And from your toxic ass abusive relationships with your family, okay, those are attachments that need to be broken. The attachments with all these exes, those need to be broken. You need to find your true, authentic tribe, and not just a couple of gays that you can throw, and wear as accessories that only want to be around you because you Tamar, okay, the living legend. but like people who authentically see you for you and love you for you. Like, it's a whole lot that needs to go on. Like, Tamar, you've been covered in shit, and it's time for you to realize that it stinks. And I'm not here to beat up on you, but girl, the universe is calling. You need to make sure you pick up that phone. And please don't put it on speaker because it ain't our business. Okay? It ain't our business. That's between you and God. Get on your shit before shit gets on you. So I love each and every one of y'all. Definitely make sure that y'all go to the comment box below. Let me know what y'all thought about all of this. As if I give a fuck. And definitely make sure you stream my music as if you give a fuck. Like I said, 50% off on personal readings up until Sunday. Go take advantage. And stop asking me how to book a fucking reading when it's literally on the damn screen and in my goddamn description box. Child. Because every time y'all ask and I comment where to go, y'all don't actually go book. So, like, girl, please. I'll see y'all in the next one.
I'm tryna fuck like some baby, let's dance. Fuck up my baby right here on my legs, I'm tryna take you to my place and get a little rough, then baby, it's time.